Right, time for Joy News Interactive. Miss G is here again.
Exactly. So welcome to the most interactive segment on Joy News Prime. You can join the conversation by sending your comments to us on facebook.com/Joy News on TV. On Twitter, the handle is Joy News on TV. You can also send your messages via WhatsApp on 0560 800,000 and they will be read to the rest of the world. Please don't call. On 24th November 2016, an epic legal battle between a former Attorney General Martin Amidu and the NDC financier Alfred Adwesi Woyome is expected to unfold. This follows the Supreme Court judgment ordering the former Attorney General to do what the current Attorney General has discontinued doing. That is to question Woyome on the 51 million Ghana cedis wrongfully paid to him by the state. What do you make of Mr. Martin Amidu's win, and what are your expectations?
This money is something that everybody in the country is concerned about. No, it's not small money. Of course, it can be used to undertake several developmental projects. But in this case, it's in the pocket of one particular person, and we have someone who has the nation at heart too.
I think that it's not as if there's a wrong impression that's been created out there that the money is in Woyome's pocket. You said the money was wrongly paid. The High Court said it was not wrongly paid.
So, as I was saying, we have someone who has the country at heart, who has the nation at heart, and is pursuing this particular money. He's doing the right thing, and he's in the right direction, because you can clearly see that the Attorney General and the party in government is not ready to take the money for the state. And so people like this, when they try as much as possible to take the money from people of...
Yes. I distance myself from that particular point, that the government is not showing readiness, and that very ruling of the court, that paragraph that even states that, it suggests that the government is not ready to pursue the matter. It's misplaced. And I think that this is in the public domain that Woyome had made some advance payment, I think about 4 million Ghana cedis already. So I don't know where this thing is coming from, that government is not pursuing this matter. Court matters are not, or paying, refunding of money, it's not the way we see it in the public. You know, there are processes that ought to be gone, we have to go through, of government to even get him to refund that amount of money. Government even attempted garnishing his properties that they believe belong to Woyome. They wanted to garnish. They sent an application to the court for the document for his properties to be garnished. All of it to turn out that those properties don't belong to Woyome.
So how many years has it been now? And up to now, the money cannot be taken from Woyome unless someone who is not in government, who just that he has the country at heart and has decided to do what? Pursue this particular matter.
As for what Martin Amidu is doing, there's nobody who is against it, because if you have a government that was in power that can actually award contracts and pays monies, foreign companies, without necessarily sending such a proposal to Parliament, first of all, that government has violated the law. So Martin Amidu has done what is right.
All right, so we're back in the studio here, and of course, Israel.
Yeah, people have been, reacting to this ruling by the Supreme Court, and they're pretty excited about it, even though Woyome believes that there's a silent majority of Ghanaians who are on his side. They actually support him in all of this. And the reactions are being out there on social media, on Twitter and on Facebook. Francis Anoche says, when other institutions fail to make you respect Ghanaians, the law would make you spit out your liver. If Woyome thinks the Ghanaian laws are unfair to him, he should give us our money and naturalize for other countries. Raymond says, I can't, Raymond Newton, okay. For a moment I thought it was Raymond Aqua. I can't think far. In past governments, people were shortfallers. You squander such a huge amount and you have the effrontery to talk about oppression and persecution. He kisses the teeth and continue. Let me continue eating my gankenke. Joy News, continue your bulletin. Juniel says, I personally think this man is innocent. He did his job and they did their mistake. He was paid that amount. If he was paid that amount for the job done, then he didn't steal money from anyone. He didn't force anyone to write a check or pay into his account the amount of money they paid him. The issue has gone far. The government should be responsible for their recklessness. They should leave him alone. They made the mistake in the first place. And there's 17 replies. That tells you that it's a very controversial issue that Janelle has raised. Elvis says, right, sorry. Oh no. Says your analysis concludes that you're ignorant. And then Janelle comes back, maybe I'll be a fool if you tell me why you think I'm a fool, for my opinion. Elvis says, who actually executed the deal? Don't forget, Wilmer is a businessman. He orchestrated and engineered the deal. He created and got help from corrupt friends and cronies to execute his agenda. Janelle comes back and says, who paid the money? Elvis said, what is it? The looters paid him. Don G says, Mr. Wilmer did not do any job at all. Mr. Wilmer doesn't have even a contract with the government. They planned for that, and it's fraud. Janelle then comes and says, did he force them? Every contractor has a contract with the government before executing any contract. On the contract, what is to be done and the amount to be paid is written. If the government and the contractor negotiated a deal, then an official contract and the amount is signed by the two parties. You can't finish signing and paying someone and then you come back later to say you paid the wrong amount. And then he comes again saying, Don G. Asante, I will not argue with you on that until you give me evidence of him not doing any job. But I think Janelle must be commended. He's been quite tolerant of the views. Very tolerant. Because typically on social media, when you insult somebody, they spit fire.
True.
But he's been quite tolerant. Emmanuel Sebun says, your evil deeds are the result of your trauma. Pay the money and be free. If some high officials chopped some, go after them to make up the difference and be free. The SC is only, the Supreme Court is only there to pronounce the law without fear or favor, and that's exactly what they are doing. You have sown evil seeds, therefore you are reaping the fruit. And Kwesi Boateng Ayepa says, at least the frustration and emotional trauma that he has and will be subjecting Wayome and his accomplice to will be enough for them to learn great lesson from. They will know that you can have your way, but will not have your peace after looting state funds. All
right, so let's come to WhatsApp now, and please let's hear the rest with the Wayome case, and that's from Gina. I think the money has been shared amongst themselves. That's why they can't take it back from him. You didn't add your name, and also this one says, Miss G, Uncle Wayome and NDC should pay back with interest before the MPP comes to power in January 2017. And also, let me just read one last one. It's going to be dramatic in court, but it would end up in a plan of settlement for repayments. Martin Amidu can't handcuff him to pay. I'm happy the court asked Martin Amidu to remove the frivolous allegations he's made against the president in his position. But at least it is now obvious that he's against President Mahama, and that's Kubaji from Jenny. But let's go on to some more stories. The New Patriotic Party is starting a 21-day fasting and prayer to ask God to seek the favor of God for a peaceful election and for victory for the party in the upcoming polls. We are asking if the election is a matter of prayer.
Though it might work in some way, somehow, but I don't strictly believe in that.
What do you think?
Yes, I also side with him. Prayers can also work hand in hand, but basically you need to sell out your feasible policies to the public, to the people you want to really, help you win the election.
Past elections have shown us that it's not only how out there you are that will determine whether or not you win. Sometimes you need a little more than just money and then great ideas. Let me use my area for example. Development hasn't always been a 4-year thing. For example, because it's closer to the elections in my area, they started putting up things, started constructing drains and things. So I think they too, if they've taken that initiative to start their fasting and prayers closer to the time, I think it will propel people to believe that maybe this time God will work faster for them.
I don't side with my sister. You can pray to God and everything. Once you don't have feasible policies, I don't think you can win an election. You don't have policies that really gets to the people. If you don't really have those policies, you can pray for manna to fall. I don't think you can win an election.
When they pray, about this election? Why is it that it is time to election before they come to have these fasting and prayers? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it's a proper idea at all.
It's different strategies. I mean, they are in opposition. You don't expect them to start developmental projects or to start giving out monies and stuff to people. So that's the most that I think they can do at this point.
It's about how well you relate to the people. Yes. Fine, someone can love a particular party and join in the fasting and the prayers and whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, the person wouldn't vote for that particular party.
This is the case, each and everyone will fast and pray concerning election that they should win. But at the end of the day, I think basically it's not about prayers. At the end of the day, the message you send across and how well you relate to the people, that's what will yield results for you.
You can't influence opinions whilst taking out the fact that religion is the opium of the masses. We've studied this a lot of times, we've heard it a lot of times. And quite frankly, it is the masses that determine who rules the country. I think we would determine who God listens to.
Right, it's very true. The point she ended up with, I mean, the voters are going to determine who God listens to eventually. All right, so Iman, all right, why don't you take
Okay, so let's do WhatsApp first. And it says, I believe in prayer, so I think it's cool because with God, all things are possible. Fatima, also it says, it's a matter of prayers, but if God hasn't chosen you, you can fast for 72 years. It won't go anywhere. The last minute plan of seeking the face of God after all the malicious lies about government won't help. It's John 3:16. Unapo Barima Kubaji from Jini. And also, I wonder if Ken Ejapon will participate in this fasting and prayer. I don't know why he's wondering about that though, Israel.
All right, so on Facebook, friends, Anoche says, God never does the work of humans for them. That's a reason for common sense. But whoever acknowledges his God's worth and potential never goes unrewarded. The hardships Ghanaians are facing now can only be uprooted through prayers and fasting. Still, the battle is the Lord's. Eliasu says, if there's a suspicion to cheat a candidate in the upcoming elections, that calls for prayer. The actions of a referee in a crucial match calls for prayer. We need to pray for peace. A.Y. Larry says, prayer is good, but I don't think the Almighty would make president because you fasted for 21 days. What if the other presidential aspirants also decide for 21 days? And A.Y. Larry again comes and says, I won't be surprised if the NDC declares 22 days fasting to counter MPP. Ghana politics is something else. Julius Efa Sechi says, why not? Everything is about prayer in this world. Prince Nuruddin says, whatever you're doing on this earth, consider God first. And hashtag change is coming. Destiny Komala says, yeah, God-loving people put their trust in him alone, not human beings, but God works in mysterious ways. And Issa Lidu says, 21 days is too small. Let them make it 40 days of dry fasting like Jesus.
Anyway, so let me just read this last one. It says, well, we better wait for the final results from the Almighty God then. And it's coming from Professor Dr. Theophilus Davo. Okay, so let's go for our video of the day. Abdul Malik Kwekubaku, editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide, has been celebrating Martin Amidu's victory at the Supreme Court. Check how he did it at Peace FM Studios Wednesday morning. But
right.
Israel, I don't
so
think he can do better than you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, please. So,
really?
Okay, so he was reacting to the ruling shortly after it was announced that Martin Amidu had his wish and was going to be cross-examining Mr. Alfred Boyome. Then I think he took to the dancing floor. Some of his dance moves, though, I mean...
What about them?
Yeah.
You agree that they're better than your dance moves?
I'm wondering whether he was attempting a mannequin challenge, because there was one
yeah, that's true. Anyway, let's see. Have we had any response on this one?
Well, yeah, there are lots of comments about that on Facebook, but we're not going to be taking that because we really don't have too much time to do that. But yeah, it's trending. It's a video that's trending on Facebook. Lots of people are sharing. Let's see what you have.
Well, people are yet to comment about that on WhatsApp. It's still Woyome and then the fasting issues here on WhatsApp. But let me just read this one. I think one just dropped in. Right. Wow, I never knew the man could dance like that. It's as if he would have been given a share. It makes Ghana a lovely place, though. I love Ghana. Very Makubaji Jini sends that to us again. And
there are all these memes that are going out about this particular dance. Yeah, people are saying when you hear the good news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I'm sure it's going to go around.
It's going to trend for a long while. Yes, like you're saying. So we hope to see what happens subsequent days. But quickly before, to wrap.
But it's also interesting that all of a sudden, we had the interchange being, trending, the images of the interchange trending, and then Kukuba could dance. Well, Martin Amidu comes in, and then now we're all talking about Woyome.
Yeah, you know how Ghana is. Tomorrow there'll be something else we'll talk about.
Okay. All right, that's it for Join Us Interactive. Thank you very much, Ms. G, for coming through.
Thank you, Israel, for having me.
All right, and thank you very much.